Right, okay guys, welcome to another video. You've seen the title, yeah, I'm taking a look at some more games which for whatever reason were never actually released either commercially or even as freeware, whatever, or to maybe term it better, they were either not released or they were never actually finished. Now I don't know what the current state of any of the games that I'm going to feature today is. If you want to go and check that out yourself, you'll need to do it. So, kicking things off, we've got Alien Terror Dome, a horizontal shooter. Now, it appears you've got two players, though rather than it being sort of simultaneous cooperative, I should say, rather than it being a cooperative shoot 'em up, where you're both actually trying to destroy, help each other, it looks to me that you're actually both just playing the same game. Now, graphically wise, it's quite nice. The sound effects are fairly minimal. Yeah, graphics are nice. I was going to say parallax scrolling. There's no parallax scrolling going on there. One of my biggest bugbears with any game is where they insist in taking up a huge chunk of the screen, the sort of play area, to have a score. Now, if you look there, you'll see there the score is actually tiny. But they've got these huge banners that are saying player 1, player 2, and then you've got this pictures of the moon, Saturn, I presume. What is the point of that? Now, to make it even worse with this game is, they've taken away virtually half the screen, half the play area is taken up by the scoring thing. Then the smaller play area is split in two. So, don't know. Yeah, anyway, that was Terror Dome. Right, moving on. This is Arctic Hunt. Arctic Hunt, I said. This is quite a bit better. Nice graphics. I like the way the little icebergs kind of bob up and down, and you'll notice there they also melt as well. A lot of kind of character in the little sprites as well. Ah, bollocks. Right, I don't know what you're supposed to be. Are you a seal or something? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I don't know, what are you? Are you a penguin? Right, you're apparently a penguin which cannot swim. It's a bit like Frogger. Frogger, you play the part of a frog and you die when you fall in the water. What's that all about? This kind of reminds me a wee bit like, I don't know, Bomboozle, which was released by Tony Crowder, and Grid Trap, slightly. Maybe not, don't know. But this is really nice. Like I said, I don't know to what stage this game actually got finished. Did it ever get a release? I just use my game base, which tells you games which were never released. So if anyone's going to tell me that I'm talking nonsense, then yeah, that's up to you. I don't proclaim to know everything. Drop bombs as well, but yeah, delightful little game. I think that actually would have been a really nice game had it been finished. Next up is Banzai. Yeah, I saw this one and I thought, oh, that looks like Berserk. Well, in the loosest form, it kind of reminds me of a cross between Wizard of War, Berserk, and a wee bit Cavalon flung in for good measure. Albeit the graphics are a bit shit. It kind of looks, you know what this game reminds me of? It looks like a game that was either a very, very early Mastertronic game or a type-in game. Now I noticed right away, the baddies, I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be. Are you playing some, it looks like you're playing a soldier. Well, going by the kind of beige colour, although you're probably thinking, well, it's a C64 game, of course it's going to be beige, I should say. It looks like you're playing a soldier with your arm in a sling, possibly. And it looks like you're playing against other dudes who are also got their arms in slings. Yeah, this I don't believe for 1 second that this game took particularly long to program. Oh bollocks! Right, when you shoot them, they appear to turn into what looks like a kind of an omelette or a fried egg. But then if you proceed to move into said mess, you die. Yeah, I think it's safe to say neither Jerome Tell or Martin Galway did the music for this game. But this is exactly what the early 64 games looked like and sounded like. We never believed that you were going to get something like Monty on the Run or Whizball. You know what, despite having dreadful graphics, god-awful sound, and a bit ropey gameplay, it plays better than some of the crap that I've had to play over the years. Right, on that note, I think we'll move on. Okay, this one, Barago Rally or Barago? Yeah, I'm going to go with Barago. Barago Rally. Now, I've actually edited this because there is quite a bit of loading. See, they're 1995. Now, this game, out of all the ones that I've actually featured today, does have all the hallmarks of being a commercial release. But for whatever reason, according to GameBase, and again, it's not to say that's factual, it was never actually released as a game. Or never released commercially. You know, it's got quite a bit of presentation going on there. It's even pinched the old pick your music track that the boys from Magnetic Fields did. Now, when I was playing this, I didn't actually know how to accelerate. I was holding it forwards, pressing fire button, and nothing seemed to make me go any faster, so I don't know whether I was doing something wrong, or is it possible the game just never really got beyond kind of beta stage? I don't know. But it does look nice. I mean, it's got all the hallmarks of a full release. The little graphics of the car are mega detailed. One of the little effects I quite like is when you go around the corner and you sort of skid, you get little marks left in the ground, and they seem to stay where they are, they don't disappear. That's something that's quite unusual in an 8-bit game. Normally when you killed a baddie and then you went back onto the screen later on, it disappeared. But yeah, the attention to detail in this is really nice. And whilst it's no Monty in the Run, it's got a decent little Sid tune. Like I said, GameBase, the system that I use for all my, for virtually all my kind of videos, it says that this was never released. If anyone knows any different, please tell me. Just stick a comment down below. But it looks like a nice wee game. Right, so that was Barago Rally. Right, this next one now, if I'm not mistaken, that music was Thing in a Spring. I didn't see any mention, any credits to Rob Hubbard there. Right, so this one's called Breakpoint. Now, I'm trying to figure out what are you actually doing. A bit of speech. Are you in an aeroplane? Are you riding on the back of a bird, a la Joust? The graphics, the background graphics, they look like something out of a Tony Crowther game. Now, I was never really a fan of a lot of his graphics. Yeah, they don't really lend themselves particularly well to a shmup. It is also brutally hard. Score 30, Life's 3, Huddy and Greeny. Yeah, it's brutally difficult. Synth music's not bad, but I don't want to really give the guys credit because I think from what I can listen there, it sounds to me like they've just ripped off Thing in a Spring. And I don't see any credit given to Rob Hubbard, so I'm not keen on that. But yeah, it looks like an early sort of shoot 'em up type thing. Yeah, not the best. Right, this came out in 1993 and it's called Castle. Now, they're also obviously a big fan of sort of pastel colours. A lot of kind of colour gradient stuff going on there in the sort of background. It actually looks more like a game painted with watercolours. I'm not a big fan of that style of graphic, I have to say. You apparently play the part of a football with legs. That's about the best way to describe it. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of yellowies going on. See that? I mean, the graphics look alright. Nothing wrong with them. You tend to think that the name Castle was just a kind of work in progress name. It's just far too generic. Right, I'm just trying to figure out, am I actually losing any energy when I hit stuff? There's certainly a fair bit of work going into it. I mean, there's quite a number of screens. It just screams bland. Ah, right, what's happened there? There was something that disappeared, I wasn't really paying attention. That wee guy with the sword looks like something out of Cavalon. That's the second reference to Cavalon. Right, so you can pick up stuff. Picked up a bottle of whatever that is. A lot of repetition with the sprites. There's not a great deal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Alright, what happened there? What if I just dropped that? Yeah, you kind of blend into the background a wee bit. What's that there? How do we get through? Yeah. It's interesting. It might have been a decent game, who knows. And that was Castle. Right, this next one, I was talking about Tony Crowther earlier on. This game, it makes me think of Blagger 2, albeit without the music, which to be fair is not the greatest. Pretty rough around the edges. I mean, the actual main sprite is a bit naff. But sometimes, oh, and there's Thing in the Spring up there. Sometimes these games, it was great fun being able to explore and get to different screens. What does that say there? Written by Stephen Cero Sob and the Bat. I don't know what the idea of the game is. I don't actually know what you're picking up. Well, I suppose the actual, I can't believe I've just said that, the title, or a hint for the aim of the game is in the title. Coin quest, so you quest coins. That's presumably the little bits, the little things that ping when you pick up. Is that a coin there? Ah! I thought that was water. Yeah, again, it does look like a very, very early Commodore 64 game. But these games, despite their simplicity, they were actually really good fun to play. Sometimes games had amazing graphics and complete lack any gameplay, whereas in other games they looked bloody awful, but they were actually quite good fun to play. Yeah, that was Coin Quest. Excuse me. Now this one, Cracker in Space, it does not sound like a shoot 'em up. This is more, this is Galaxian, isn't it? And I have to say, I actually quite like this. I like the look of the graphics. It's quite challenging. I like the way they kind of turn and swoop. Actually, a nice little shoot 'em up. That is what you call a bullet hell shoot up. Excuse me. Wait a minute. I'm just thinking. A Trot. Now, I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to the old games in the C64. I'm sure he did Quicks on the Commodore 64. I'm sure it was A Trot. It was certainly Trot. I can't imagine there would be too many Trots in this industry. I'm sure that's the same guy. And again, Quicks is as minimalistic as you could possibly get, but it's actually a really good fun game. And I like this a lot. The funny thing was, when you consider how popular the C64 was, there was very, very few sort of decent vertical shooters like this. I mean, apart from the Space Invaders game that came bundled with, was it Arcade? It was a budget game, Arcade Action or something it was called, and you got like 4 games, and one of them was Space Invaders. It wasn't the greatest. There was very, very few Space Invader clones on the C64. Don't know why. I'm guessing possibly because they thought, well, people don't want to play the first video game to ever get released. People want more than that. But this is actually a nice little Galaxian clone. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. That's Cracker in Space. Now, the most bizarre game we're going to feature today is this one, or certainly with the name Devils and X-Ample. Now, I don't know where to start with this. I'm thinking this is just some kind of technical demo, because you've got all this stuff going on. I mean, you've got three three levels of sort of scrolling. You've got the big bit at the top, you've got the middle one, and you've got the smaller one at the bottom. And then in the last half of the screen, you've actually got the game. Yeah, I'm guessing this was probably just released as a demo. I might be wrong. If anyone knows any different, please let me know. I mean, it's got a fair bit of gameplay built in. I mean, there's sound, there's music, there is a bit of parallax scrolling going on. Never a fan of shoot 'em ups that insist on having so much kind of window dressing. I would rather a game like a bit like Drop Zone. It's a black screen, it's outer space. We don't need all this stuff. It should be about gameplay and the enemies. It shouldn't be about the backgrounds. I mean, the baddies that you're shooting, they just seem completely random. There doesn't appear to be any real point to them. I don't know, but I'm guessing that was probably just a demo. Right, and the last game we're going to look at today is The Cave. Now you can see there they've completely plagiarised Hero by Activision. This game has probably got one of the worst soundtracks of anything we've featured today, apart from Banzai. Yeah, again, it's got all the hallmarks of an early budget game. But you know what? Said and done, it actually plays fairly nice. I just wish there was an option to turn the music off. And what you really want is a little sound effect for your jetpack. Well, we've got 2 channels kicking in now, but it's still god awful. Right, so you die if you hit the sides. Like that. So I quite like games like this. It reminds me of Bubble Ghost. Yeah, I think the only thing it's got in common with Hero is it's got a guy with a jetpack, but Hero is much better than this. This is just a wee bit too slow. This is more akin to one of these little shitty games that you got in a Christmas cracker, where you've got to try and navigate a couple of tiny little marbles into the centre of into holes. Anyone under 30 is probably thinking, what the bloody hell is he talking about? Yeah, that sound is god awful. I'm presuming you've got to pick up the radioactive boxes, or are they gold bars or something? I don't know. Yeah, I think if this game was reviewed by Zap back in 1985 as a budget game, I think it would have probably got about 47%. Anyway, right, listen guys, that is the last of it. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. As always, till the next time, thank you very much for watching.